Hey there, my name is Porsha Lauri. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And I'm doing a catch-up update video. I don't do these too often on my channel because I think for the most part people kind of don't care. But some people do, or some people have requested things and they're wondering are you actually taking requests? So I wanted to just sit down and give a small update on my channel and a big thank you to all of my subscribers. I met one of my goals this past year. I'm finally over the 1K, so I'm very, very excited about that. Thank you. I don't know if you found me last year, I don't know if you found me in the last 4, but whenever you found me, thank you for hitting that subscribe button. It means the world to me. I'm not gonna be talking about any specific movies and or TV shows. I'm just wanted to come on here and kind of thank you guys for the ride and talk a little bit about last year and what to expect on my channel moving forward. And as always, if you do enjoy my opinion on movies, TV, music, whatever I feel like talking about, do me a solid and drop a like on this video, then run over to that subscribe button, hit the bell next to it also, so that way you're notified every time I upload. And also, I'm on a podcast. We're about to start our season 2, so make sure that if you haven't already, you go check that out. Link is in the description, the Cinema Sit Down podcast. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about 2023. I got really caught up into the whole SAG-AFTRA strikes that were happening and the Writers Guild strike. And I just didn't feel comfortable really intimately looking at these pieces of artwork because there were all these people who were not being rightfully paid for their hard time and efforts. So I took a break from it and we mostly focused on music for the better half of 2023. So when I started my channel, my original idea was that I would try to touch on all the major pop culture things that are important to me. And during that time of last year where I was trying to divert my content and make kind of different forms than I usually do, I came to the realization that I don't like talking about music on my channel. And I think the numbers also show that y'all aren't that big of a fan of it either. And that's perfectly okay. The biggest problem I had is that I didn't feel like they were entertaining. I didn't feel like they were bringing anything new or fun or funny to the channel. It was just kind of filling a void. And that's not particularly fun to watch, nor is it particularly fun for me to make. Even though I'm looking at this from a negative perspective, there are some positives I did get out of kind of changing up the content last year. I did realize that I really like the research aspect of it. I will be adding more elements of historic context for whatever the topic may be that I'm talking about. And I definitely think I'm gonna do more kind of documentary style videos. That's something I really was interested in doing at the end of last year. I'm a big documentary watcher. I'm a big fan of them. So I don't know why I've never thought about doing that myself. So I think that's something I'm also gonna venture into this upcoming year. So I have a series on my channel where I talk about a little ice skating show known as Spinning Out. And I have been taking my sweet, sweet, sweet time finishing it up. I feel like for those of you who maybe found my channel through those videos or are very patiently awaiting me finishing it up, I want to apologize to you. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I've taken this long to do 8 episodes of something. The problem with this series and why it's taking so long is that I don't like it. I don't like the show. I think it's really boring. I know I watched it because I have a figure skating background, but the show isn't about figure skating. The show is about, these people and their relationships and mental health. And while all of that is fine and dandy, it's just not doing anything for me. I apologize if this is a show that you truly love. I'm sorry that it's not hitting me right, but I don't really enjoy it, so I put off trying to make new episodes of it. But I am down to the final 2 episodes. I did already film it, and I've already seen the ending of the show and everything. But I filmed it literally right before the strikes were announced. And then I went back to go review Spinning Out to see how much more editing needed to happen before it was ready for upload. And I just really hated it. It was boring to watch. I looked upset or mad in the video, and that's not gonna make for a fun viewing experience for you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewatch the last 2 episodes and I will give you a reaction video and we will wrap up this show. It will be a little different than the previous one since I have already seen both episodes, but since I vehemently don't really care for this show, I kind of also don't remember them. But like I kind of forgot how we got there, so like it's fine. It'll probably feel like every other video you've seen, where I genuinely do watch every episode without watching in advance. To summarize, due to this experience, I learned a valuable lesson, and I will not be live reacting, live watching anything, nor committing to doing an entire series unless I truly feel like it'll be fun for me. If it's not fun for me, it doesn't come across on camera. I feel like there's a few things that have been in my comments or I've polled you guys and asked like, what do you want to see more? And I haven't necessarily followed up on those requests yet. So I figured I'd touch base with you now and let you know kind of where my head is at and what the plan is. So the first thing I want to bring up is Degrassi. I have done quite a few Degrassi themed videos, which I had never intended to do. Like I was gonna kind of do a one and done where I like talk about Degrassi and hear all the moments that went there and like my experience watching it during my childhood and how I thought Degrassi was really cool because like it felt like every generation could have their own like set of classmates and like we're all intertwined, but we're all having different experiences because we're experiencing high school in a different era. So like, I don't know, I always thought the idea of this like long running TV show about teens is like really cool. And that's why I've never really bothered to like venture past season 7 because I was like, I think that's how it's supposed to go. I aged out of the show. With all that being said, I have asked, do you guys want more Degrassi content? And I have always had like a lot of positive, like way more positive feedback regarding that. So I feel like it's something that you guys want on the channel. But here's the thing is like, I don't know what other Degrassi content I can give you. I know there's a lot of seasons and I know I could watch those seasons. It won't be a fun watch for people. I'm more worried that that's gonna be the outcome than like people are like, oh, this was fun to watch. I wanna have positive interactions and I want you guys to ultimately feel entertained when you watch these videos. My goal is not to like make a video where you're just like arguing with your TV, your screen the whole time. You know, that's not the type of content I'm trying to make. So that's where I'm at. I'm a little indifferent about watching the later seasons of Degrassi because I won't see them in the same light. And I'm worried that it'll just be me hating on it. And also, I could love it. I could watch the later seasons and absolutely fall in love and have a completely different opinion, but I haven't watched them yet, so I don't really know. So I just wanted to tell you guys where my head was at in regards to that. To kind of compromise though, what I am gonna do, and I'm gonna stay to my word on this, is I'm gonna watch the Degrassi movies. So I saw the Degrassi movies back in the day, even though I didn't watch Degrassi like consistently anymore, I would go back and randomly watch the movies. A lot of the characters from my era in them. So I watched them because they were in it and I wanted to see like, hey, what are these characters up to now? And so I still have a connection with those. I think those are going to be really fun to watch and critique. So keep a lookout for them. If you are a Degrassi fan, I am absolutely going to do the movies. Another thing is Boy Meets World. I haven't done any Boy Meets World content in a long time. I don't know what else I have to say about Boy Meets World. Not to mention, they have a podcast. I'm sure if you're a Boy Meets World fan, you already know about it. I haven't been wanting to make Boy Meets World content because I feel like all the best Boy Meets World content is currently being made by somebody else, by the creators, by the people in the show. I'm still open to doing, we kind of talked like a few years ago, timelines, like character timelines of the show. So if that's something that people still want for my channel, like I don't know if those were passerbys that didn't subscribe, like if that's something you'd like to see, if you'd like to see Boy Meets World content in some kind of form, let me know down in the comments below. I would be very intrigued to know. And also if you don't, that's cool too. Like I totally get it. I'm getting all of my best Boy Meets World content from them, so like if you want to join the ride, you know. So I think that wraps up everything that people have kind of been requesting. And so now I'll kind of get into like what I'm expecting to have coming your way relatively soon. So what did we learn? That series. I've always loved this series. This is the first video I ever put on my channel, was part of this series. I'm gonna keep this going until the wheels fall off, so expect some more installments of those. However, I am changing it up. I don't know if I announced it last year or when I announced it, but I've decided to theme every year's What Did We Learn? So this past year in 2023, the What Did We Learn series was rom-com themed. I was hoping to wrap it up by the end of last year, but given everything that happened, it's going to run a little bit into February. One more movie. I'm going to be covering the 2008 Sex and the City movie. After that, I will be wrapping up my What Did We Learn season with a wrap up of what makes a good rom-com. So that will also be coming in February, kind of perfectly aligned with Valentine's Day, right? Also aligns with my birthday. My birthday is in February. And then the next season of What Did We Learn, I figure I won't tell you all the names of all the movies I'm gonna cover in advance, but I'll give you at least the genre of movies. And then if you have any contributions, if you have any that you're like, oh my God, if you're gonna do this topic, you gotta watch this movie, feel free. The theme of What Did We Learn for 2024 is going to be the femme fatale, feminine characters with a hair of danger to them. And usually a semi-psychotic element is also introduced, but that's something we'll delve into more when we get there. I do have another like deep dive TV show that I'm going to be doing, kind of in the same vein as my So Weird video. That one will be coming out probably closer to like April. I did tell you guys that I would do an NSYNC song ranking video. At the same time that like my boy band video dropped was like around the same time that Britney's memoir came out, and I just felt like maybe it was a little bit controversial to be like talking about NSYNC, and like I feel like the two things are like completely separate. Like Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears' personal relationship really has no bearing on like the music of NSYNC. But I just know how the comment section can be sometimes. I am gonna do that NSYNC song ranking. I just feel like now is not a great time, so like I'll do it when tensions are less high. This is really good, by the way. Like if anyone's been wondering like, is it worth the read? I thought it was good. It was interesting to hear it from like her perspective. I know there's a ghostwriter involved, but it does seem like her hand is in it, you know what I mean? Anyway, beside the point. But in that video, someone also suggested that I do like a punk rock or like an emo tier list, so expect that to be coming too. That's probably going to be filler somewhere if another video is taking me too much time. That's what I've learned, is like I need to do less like super planned videos so that there's just more consistency. You're just seeing my face a whole lot more. Something else I'm also gonna try to do again that has not performed that well on my channel, but I'm hoping maybe if I do it in a different way, it might be more entertaining. But I think I'm gonna do some more book to movie adaptations, because I find that to be thoroughly interesting. And I think I kind of touched on this in my To All the Boys I've Loved Before video, because I am going to start reading that novel series relatively soon. I hope you guys enjoyed these little channel updates. I hope that gives you guys some perspective on what to expect from my channel. The next upload, I will be talking about the Sex and the City movies, so hold on tight for that. I will be wrapping up my What Did We Learn series with my thoughts on rom-coms as a genre, and then we will be falling into our next season of Femme Fatales. I will be completing the final 2 episodes of Spinning Out very, very soon. I have a big deep dive into a TV show from my youth, a nostalgic favorite choice of mine, so be on the lookout for that in early spring. With that being said, I think that's kind of everything. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for a great 2023. I hope you stick around for 2024, because like I said, I do have a lot of really what I think are really fun and great ideas, and I hope you'll stick around to see them and hang out with me. Please go follow me on social media. I'm very lonely. I didn't mention it earlier, but I don't know if you guys could tell I changed my hair again, and it definitely was wildly inspired by Laura Jean. Okay, anyway, I really need to wrap up this video. This update took way longer than I intended it to, and I can't wait for you guys to see all the fun things I have coming to the channel. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.